going on, guys? It's your boy Manvsmedium. Thank you for joining me today and for showing me your support. If you're like me, if you want to do bushcrafting, if you want to get out there, do camping and get really rough and ready like your Bear Grylls, Survival Man, Ray Myers, all these great guys that do these survivalist videos, not to name, you know, all the guys on YouTube that make amateur survival videos. If you're like me and you just cannot get your head around what bloody knife do I want to buy? Because there are literally a myriad onslaught of different types of survival knives, talking from a few tens of dollars to literally hundreds of dollars. And I literally was sat here pulling out my hair, what hair I had, thinking which one would be good for me. And I tell you, it took me a while, but I settled on this puppy, the Bear Grylls Ultimate, get it in focus, Ultimate Pro Fixed Blade. Now, before you start bashing me, ridiculing me and saying what a Nancy boy, it doesn't cost hundreds of dollars. It's not going to make you cry like a pitiful little wimp if you break it, damage it, or get all butthurt because it snapped when you tried to show off to your buddies. What this knife is, it's a full package, beautifully designed. It's not, well, I say beautiful, I'm not going to go ahead and marry it like, you know, some sexy stripper or whatever. But so without further ado, I'm rabbiting like some tart. Let's get on with the video. I'll see you in a second. Alright, well, thank you very much everybody for your patience while we switched over to the first person review point of view. And as I said, this is the Ultimate Pro Fixed Blade, brought to you by Gerber, and it's the Bear Grylls, obviously touted model. Now, this isn't to be mistaken with the Ultimate Survival Knife, as that is actually the first generation of this knife. And basically what Gerber and Bear Grylls did was took everything from the previous model, everything that was actually bad from the other knife they've improved on, and anything that was good they've carried it over with the improvements of creating the best possible knife. This blade will set you back anywhere from, I've seen it as low as $45 used, all the way up to, I believe it was $120. I think it's like $100 or $110 right now from the official Gerber website. If you go to their official page, I'll have the link for that in the description, and I'll also have a link for the actual Amazon posting that I used to purchase this knife, and I believe I paid $72 for it, so it was definitely worthwhile. This blade is brilliant. As we know, I'm not the biggest fanatical knife guy out there by any stretch of the imagination. I'm very new to the whole knife environment. I'm actually somebody that just wants to get the right product for me at the best possible price. I want it to be effective, I want it to be durable, and I want it to last. But I also don't want to break the bank, because whilst, you know, like anybody, we more than likely could afford those highly priced extravagant blades, maybe not right off the bat, but if we put our minds to it, saved up for a little bit, anything is possible, right? That's the best bet, is always, if you can't afford something off the bat, just save up your money until you can buy exactly what you want, and then that way you are not going to be disappointed with your purchase. Alright, and that's exactly what I did with this blade. It's not the most expensive, it's not the fanciest, it is Bear Grylls. I think Bear Grylls is awesome, even though he gets a lot of shellacking. This guy did conquer Everest, this guy is the chief Boy Scout, so he's a badass in my mind. He is very good, you cannot take that away from him. Without further ado, I'm rabbiting like an old tart, like I always do. Let's go ahead and get in plastic all the way through here. Bloody hell. Oh wait, I cut through something there. Oh, I cut through me bloody survival book. Oh god. You know what? Hold on, guys. Let's cut this, and I'll come right back to you once we've actually opened it up. Alright, guys. Well, thank you very much for your patience there. And here it is. This is the Ultimate Pro Fixed Blade in all its unpackaged glory. You get your knife, you get the sheath, you get your ferrocerium rod, and you get the Bear Grylls Survival Guide. What more can you ask for? And picking up this blade for the first time, this does feel quite delicious. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel bulky, it feels just right. If that even makes sense, but it just feels right. It doesn't feel unnatural, it's well balanced. And that's a good word, that's what it feels like, balanced. I know that's probably a term that's quite overly used in the knifing industry, but if it's poignant enough, this is a balanced blade. Just a little bit of specification. The blade is 10 inches from tip to handle toe, and the blade itself is 4.8 inches long. It is a full tang blade, and for those of you that, for the very few of you that don't know what full tang means, it means that the steel stretches all the way to the end of the handle. But you can see right here, as the autofocus goes in, see the blade goes all the way along the handle. Remember, always handle blades with caution, don't be an idiot like me. And goes all the way through the stretch of the handle, and what that means is that it has ultimate strength. Some blades taper off, which subsequently was actually what the previous or the first generation model of this blade did, and so that is a way that they have improved on this blade, and which is one of many ways. The blade itself is a stainless steel. It's a 9 CR9 MOV, and let me just show you out the box. Does it pass the shave test? Trying not to cut my bloody hand. Shaving off the hairs on my hand, look. Kind of gross, but there we go. On-screen shaving test. The handle itself is a vacuum mold. It feels very nice. It's got a good grip to it, so it doesn't feel as though it's going to slip out of your hands. I forget what they call this, the notch at the top here. Essentially, it's wider in design to stop you if you're stabbing. Not a person, but you know, you're doing like a stabbing action to try and poke something or what have you. Your hand doesn't risk slipping down onto the blade and obviously causing you a serious injury. Now, with that said, it also has this little notch out here to give you that more precise whittling sort of hold on the blade. This rust resistance material is actually over the entire blade except for the serrated edge and the ferrocerium rod starter. As you can see, it's been removed off there because you need the full 90-degree angle and that stainless. Alright guys, so enough of that bullshit. I thought we'd just get out here into the field, as they call it, as much as I hate calling it the field, and I thought I'd show you how this knife works in action. We're going to do some old-fashioned batoning, get some wood out here. Found it in my jungle of a back garden. It's not a jungle, I guess, it's fapping big. Anyway, it's the shit you find around. No, I'm kidding, this is for the fire, this is firewood. But that's what we're going to do, we're going to hammer this bitch and we're going to get going. So give me a second, let's test this out. Jesus. Well, it seems to be splitting both bits of wood, so hey, all good things, all good things. Shit, the bed. It's like a nasty knot. Bloody knife stuck in there as well. Don't work harder, work smarter, that's what I say. This is going in the ground. I think this is testament to how hard this goddamn bit of wood is. Look at that notch. Well, we cut the shite out of that. Didn't quite cut all the way through it, but I'm convinced. If you're not, well, I guess that sucks. Weight of the knife is approximately 13.7 ounces, and that is with the sheath itself. So all in all, the whole package. Speaking of the sheath itself, this is a military grade mold and mildew resistant, so it's not going to get all funky and gross on you. Speaking of what causes mold and mildew, there is a hole in the bottom of the sheath to prevent any water collecting in there, thus creating more mold. And other items that reflect the sheath are, it connects to your belt through the strap there. You have an onboard sharpener. There's a little manual, sorry, a little instruction guide here. It also comes with the knife that tells you, which way to pull the blade. There are little arrows on there. See the little arrows, depending on where this is, it depends which way you pull the blade through. This is also made of this tactile, grippy rubber, so obviously when it's against your belt, it probably doesn't slip on your leg so much, and also offers you good grip for when you're actually sharpening your blade, because Lord Jesus knows you don't need to be slipping and whipping your finger off. Here's your ferrocerium rod. I've seen lots of reviews on these, not the particular one with the knife, but obviously it's going to be the same brand, made of the same product as the individual one that you buy on its own. And these have nothing but good things to be said about them. You basically get more of a shower of sparks rather than a couple of sprinklings. So there's nothing bad about that. That just slots back in there, and I'm telling you, this bugger is in there fast. It's very secure, so it's not going to flop out on you. in a moment of running with despair, running from your mother, calling for your dinner. Okay, and then we all know and love the Bear Grylls survival tips. Go ahead and take the time to read this. Really does offer some great information. And you know what? Let me just show where that goes. It just pops it straight on the front there for ease of access. Velcro that bugger down. One last thing about the knife, fairly insignificant. And you get this little survival knife. Even though this could save your life, for me I call it insignificant. Personally, because I can do the wolf whistle, so if I'm going to get someone's attention, I'll hammer it with that, but this has been touted as their loudest whistle ever. So that's awesome. Let's just go ahead and slap it in the sheath real quick. There we go. This is its 13.7 ounces of weight. It does have a hearty weight to it. Feels good. You know it's there. You're not going to lose it. Doesn't feel overzealous and heavy, which is just brilliant, bro. One thing I forgot to add, guys, is actually about the pummel on the end of this knife. It is a full metal pummel, so you can't hear that. That is actually still all part of the blade, which is just crazy. See how the blade goes all the way down and to this metal pummel on the end, which can actually be used to batter or use as a hammer in the field. Oh, God, I hate saying that. And then also this knife is very durable, so I think I already said it when you bat on, you know, all that. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say, guys. That's it. Moving on. All right, so we grabbed a couple of sticks. Let's see how this bad boy works out doing a bit of, what do they call it? Feather sticking. Take off a couple of these notches. I don't know if this is really the best wood for that, but see all these little notches on here. I mean, I can cut through this pretty easily. Maybe just for example, you can see that probably on camera, flying off of there. Shit, I could probably have done this with my pocket knife, but pretty effortless, right? Make yourself a little skewer. I suppose it's like a makeshift tent peg. Shit, au naturel. What do you know about that? Organic. Trying to poke your eye out. Alright, what else? Let's try and do it like I just said, exactly what I did say. Goddamn feathering. Oh yeah. Delicious. Looks like a peacock's ass. That's where this additional notch really comes in handy, because you can get hold of the blade and really, oh Christ, he says you can really work it. You see? It's pretty easy. It's all about just the angle on the blade. It's a work of art. Well, there you go. A couple more practical uses for your Bear Grylls. God damn it, put bugs on me. If you want a great knife, a very universal, all-round, practical, durable blade, this is definitely the knife for you. It's touted as being dependable and not fancy. It doesn't have all, you know, unnecessary things that come along with it. What it has are definitely good quality and definitely very useful. So without further ado, guys, you know what time it is. This is Manvsmedium on the way to sign out. If you like this video, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, all at Manvsmedium. I really appreciate the support, guys, and I will see you in the next chapter.